Spongebob Squarepants, Season 10 Spec script, Krabs University. Interior Mr. Krabs' house, living room, morning. Mr. Krabs snaps a photo of Pearl as she is about to head out the door. She is in a nice new outfit with a backpack.
I can't believe me little angel is finally off to college.
Please, Dad, take a chill pill. I'm just going across town to Bikini Bottom U. Go fighting fish hooks.
Still, this is the day every parent dreams of, when their babies don't need allowance no more.
Oh, that reminds me, did you write my tuition check?
You're what now?
My tuition check. For college, I've got the bill right here.
Pearl hands Mr. Krabs a sheet of paper. He takes one look, turns white, screams till his eyes explode like balloons.
All this for 4 lousy years?
Actually, that's per semester.
Exterior Mr. Krabs' house, same. Mr. Krabs' scream shakes the house till it crumbles to bits. Interior Bikini Bottom Hospital later. Pearl and Purple Dr. Fish are at Mr. Krabs' side as he lays in a hospital bed hooked to a heart monitor.
He'll be okay, but he suffered a severe shock.
How can I be okay when that school of yours is going to bankrupt me?
I'm sorry, Dad. I guess I don't have to go.
Oh, no. No daughter of mine's going to wind up an uneducated dunderhead. I just can't believe that school's nerve to dunk me in the boiling pot like this.
Yeah, folks will pay just about any price for a good education.
Any price, eh? Pearl, I think I know how to fund your tuition.
Exterior Krusty Krab, street, day. SpongeBob and Squidward walk to work.
I'm ready.
I hate my life. I hate my life.
A frisbee hits Squidward in the head.
Ow! What in Neptune?
A frat bro fish runs over, picks it up, throws it back.
Sorry about that, bro.
Other frat bro fish run past, tossing the frisbee.
What are all these young fish doing here? They're making me feel old and infirm.
Oh, Squidward, you're as young as you feel inside, see?
SpongeBob pulls open his chest cavity to reveal his heart covered in rainbow stickers, lets it snap closed.
I did not need to see that.
As they approach the Krusty Krab, their surroundings become green like a college quad. College fish hang around playing and studying. They accidentally walk through a study circle.
Hey, get out of our study group.
Oh, sorry, miss. You're right. There are a lot of young fish around. Maybe there's a concert at the skateboard store.
Let's just get to work so I can forget the misery of my lost youth. What the?
Reveal, the Krusty Krab has been remolded to resemble the Greek Parthenon, and the clamshell sign has been repainted to read Krabs University. Mr. Krabs throws open the doors. He now wears glasses and a tweed jacket with elbow patches.
Welcome to Krabs University.
Wow! I always wanted to go back to college.
This is better than going, my boy, because now you're teaching at one.
Me? A teacher? Oh, joy!
What can SpongeBob possibly teach? Giggling and acting stupid?
Actually, that was my major.
Let me give you the campus tour.
Interior Krusty Krab dining area continuous. Rows of desks face a podium between marble columns.
This here's the main lecture hall.
Interior Krusty Krab, Mr. Krabs' office continuous. Mr. Krabs' office is the same except for a presidential wooden desk, plush, easy chair, and diplomas on the walls.
This here's the dean's office.
Interior Krusty Krab kitchen continuous. The kitchen is filled with lumpy couches next to a coffee machine and a water cooler.
And this be the teacher's lounge. Pretty academic, eh?
Sure, Mr. Krabs, but how will I cook Krabby Patties with all this contemporary furniture around?
We don't make Krabby Patties no more. Now, we serve up something far more expensive. Knowledge.
No more Krabby Patties, but...
No buts, Professor Squarepants. It's time you took your unique sponge-bobbery and used it to fill the young minds of tomorrow.
Wow! That's even better than filling their bellies. I won't let you down, Dean Krabs.
With a huge grin, SpongeBob flies out the order window into the dining area.
Mr. Krabs, this is ridiculous. SpongeBob and I are teachers.
That doesn't matter, Professor Squidward. So long as those naive simpletons shell out their fat tuition payments, you can fill their heads with whatever you want.
You mean like painting? Music? Or best of all, artistic criticism?
Sure, whatever you like, but maybe teach some useful too.
All smiles, Squidward flies out after SpongeBob. Interior average home, living room, day. 2 young fish watch TV as Mr. Krabs' commercial comes on. Insert Krabs University commercial, intercut. Mr. Krabs stands outside the doors to the Krusty Krab.
Hey, you!
The young fish look at each other, point to themselves.
Yes, you! Are you tired of being dumb? Would you like to understand fancy words like Sheboygan? Want to condense 4 long years of academia into 4 short weeks?
The young fish nod along with him.
Then come to Krabs University, where your education is our business.
Mr. Krabs throws open the doors, enters the lecture hall where Spongebob flips burgers at the podium as students scribble notes at their desks.
Choose from a variety of courses. There's patty flipping,
Spongebob stuffs buns into a bag outside on the quad, surrounded by a circle of students.
bun bundling,
In the freezer, Spongebob fishes in a pickle jar to pull out a pickle slice. He holds it in the air. His students cheer.
pickle picking,
At the main podium, Squidward paints on a canvas. The students either look bored or are asleep and drooling.
or you can throw your money away and study the arts, I guess.
Group shot of Mr. Krabs, arms around Spongebob and Squidward in commencement attire, surrounded by smiling students.
So come to Krabs University, where the only thing you need to graduate
Is money!
Exterior Bikini Bottom University Day establishing.
All right, students, let's get to it.
Interior Bikini Bottom University classroom, same. Sandy writes Prof. Squirrel on the chalkboard.
Open your textbooks to chapter 27, thermodynamics.
Sandy turns around to see Pearl is the only one in class.
What the? Where's all my pupils?
Oh, they went to my dad's laying new Krabs University.
So why aren't you there?
He said I have to get a real education. It's okay. I didn't want to go anyway.
Interior Krusty Krab dining area later. Sandy enters in the middle of SpongeBob's lecture.
Sometimes I like to name my patties before I flip them, like Peter, Parson, or Patinsky. I never use the same name twice.
The students pay close attention, take rapid notes.
What the? This isn't education. This is just flim flam.
She walks to the other side of the room where students sleep through Squidward's painting class.
It's best to use broad strokes like this. See? Up and down. Up and down.
Actually, this is pretty accurate at art school. But still, I can't allow this bamboozlement to go on.
Interior Krusty Krab Krab's office day. Mr. Krabs lies in a bathtub behind his desk, filled with cash. He splashes in it, rubs it on himself, smells it.
Oh, me money, I love you so much.
Sandy enters. Mr. Krabs shrieks, jumps into his desk chair. Sandy slams a badge onto his desk.
The jig is up, Dean Krabs. I happen to be a Bikini Bottom Commissioner of Education, and I'm putting you an end to this sham school.
Sham? This is a real university.
Oh, really? Funny? I don't remember making faces and blowing bubbles being viable career paths.
No matter. These kids all signed contracts, so they're mine.
Yeah, I saw your contracts, and it says every student would receive a complete college education in 4 weeks. So, as commissioner, I'll be giving them all a final exam to prove it. And if just one doesn't pass, all these students get their money back.
But you can't evaluate how much they've learned with something as impersonal as an exam. We only give supportive grades here, like thinks well or needs hugs.
It's either that or I vacuum up all these illegal gains right now.
Oh.
Mr. Krabs groans, hangs his head in acceptance. Interior Krusty Krab kitchen later. SpongeBob and Squidward watch Mr. Krabs weep on the couch.
Don't cry, Mr. Krabs. We have time. With our innovative teaching, I guarantee they'll all pass.
They'd better, or those tuition payments will be coming out of your paychecks.
Musical montage in the style of You're the Best Around. SpongeBob flips dozens of patties at his podium, puts his whole body into the pickle jar in the freezer, and rides a herd of buns into a bag outside like a cowboy. Squidward continues to paint for his same bored class. End of montage. Interior Krusty Krab dining area day. Sandy sits at a desk at the front as students take her exam.
You seem pretty calm, Dean K.
Let's just say I made some changes to the curriculum.
And that's time. Everybody please bring up your exams.
The students bring up their tests. She puts each one through a Scantron machine. After they go through, the machine's bulb dings green, and Sandy hands the student a diploma from a pile, making them jump for joy as they exit. SpongeBob watches, chews his nails, creating a pile of nail trimmings. As the last of the students trickle out, Sandy turns around.
Well, I don't know how you did it. They all passed.
Huzzah! Thank you, father of modern education, Horace Mann!
Cut away, an 1800s portrait of Horace Mann is on the body of a superhero with an H crest on his chest.
You're welcome. Porifera Desmond Spongy Horseman, away!
Back to scene.
All except for the one who didn't turn in his test, that is.
Sandy points to the back row where Patrick sits, struggling to chew a pencil that is somehow lodged in his mouth.
Patrick? I didn't even know he was in this school.
Patrick spits out his pencil.
That's because I was doing the online courses, SpongeBob.
We don't have online courses.
Then why did I spend all that time hanging from the clothesline?
Come on, Patrick. Bring up your test. You can do it.
My what? Oh, my armrest?
Patrick picks up his desk with the test on it. SpongeBob pulls out a Krabby Patty.
Come get the patty. Come here, Patrick. That's a good Patrick.
Patrick squeals with delight, runs over, carrying the desk, smashes his head into the wall. We see his test is covered in scribbles and doodles as it floats down into Sandy's machine, which dings green.
Yes, the last diploma is ours!
Mr. Krabs grabs the last diploma from Sandy's desk.
Now wait just a minute.
Sandy turns over the machine and examines its underside.
You tampered with my grading machine, didn't you? None of your students should have passed.
Well, I did warn you not to rely on the cold impartiality of standardized tests.
Why, you give back that diploma.
Never!
Mr. Krabs runs around the restaurant and Sandy chases.
Stop in the name of the higher learning.
SpongeBob, get open!
SpongeBob runs the opposite way, hands extended.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Mr. Krabs hurls the diploma in a spiral pass. SpongeBob catches it. He throws it back to Mr. Krabs, playing monkey in the middle with Sandy. Students gather at the windows.
Look, everyone, the teacher is playing some flag football.
Sweet! Like, I want to play with Professor Squarepants.
Students flood into the restaurant.
No, stay back! School is over!
Exterior, Krusty Krab, same. The Krusty Krab fills with fish, expanding until it explodes into a pile of rubble. The fish students emerge from it as Mr. Krabs' cash floats down around them. They gather it up.
Sweet. Full scholarship.
Bummer the school broke, though.
Y'all know what this means, right?
Spring
break!
The students all run off, leaving Mr. Krabs, Sandy, SpongeBob, Squidward, and Patrick lying in the rubble.
No! Me moneyversity!
Sandy grabs the degree from Mr. Krabs, rips it in half.
I'll take that.
Does that mean I'm not really smart?
Sorry, Patrick. But remember, the greatest lessons in life are the ones learned in the heart.
And you call my lectures pointless.
I hope you've learned something from all this, Mr. Krabs.
I sure did. Don't keep large sums of cash in the bathtub.
Well, you don't have to learn that in school.
Everyone laughs but Mr. Krabs, who continues sobbing. End of episode.